So, I'm Yurigo, and I'm back. This is kind of more of an update than anything. I know it says in the title that this is my travel rig, and if you just want to skip to that to see what my travel rig is, that's the time. But for those of you who are just going to stick around for the short little announcement, I guess, I just wanted to say that I'm back. I'm making videos again, and hopefully going to be more regularly. I think previously I've done lots of longer videos. I still want to do those longer videos because I get a lot of messages saying that people really like the longer videos, but just for content's sake, so you've still got consistency, I'll probably also make some shorter videos too. This one doesn't really count. This is just more of a filling you in on where things are. So why I took some time off is I was working on some stuff, composition stuff, and then it was summer in Australia, so it was very hot, and that's when people want to do things. And if you've ever watched an interview with any composer ever, the one thing they say when they're like, what would you tell you as the younger self? It's always, have a life. Don't make composing your whole life. And I think a lot of us, myself included, went down that road, and I kind of didn't want to. So, not that I stopped composing or anything, but I still wanted to enjoy my time with friends, and and now that it's summer and I was on a break, I wanted to really enjoy that. So there was that, and then I've now moved to Spain, so I'm living in Spain currently, and again working on actual composition stuff. But I'm finally settled in Spain, and I'm here to make more videos. And speaking of videos, I've also started a second channel, which is videos on languages. You probably don't know, because why would you? But I really like learning languages. I speak Japanese and Greek, and now I'm learning Spanish, I guess. But I really like languages. I really like learning them, and I think the YouTube language learning community is one of the most positive communities out there, even more than music, which is already a very positive community, I think, on YouTube. But yeah, so I'm started making videos. My first video is up there. I wanted to do the two separate things so that if people weren't interested in that, this one can stay exactly what it was, making composition, music sort of videos. And now I guess, yeah, we'll just show you what my actual rig looks like. Okay, so that is my whole travel rig. So starting with the computer, it's these are the specs. You can actually see it yourself, but the important ones are i7 core, 1 TB SSD hard drive, and then 32 gigabytes RAM. Yeah, it's kind of the beefiest laptop I could get that I wasn't spending 10K on, because I don't have that much money. So it's really good. I've been using it a lot. It hasn't seemed to have any problems yet, but I haven't really pushed it as far as I'd like to. But yeah, there's that. Next, we've got this thing here, which is a bit of a mess right now. But that's kind of pretty important. It's just like a USB thing that has lots of USB spots, because I only have 3 on the computer. Next, we've got these, which are 2 2 TB SSDs. Samsung Portable SSD T2 is the model. They're super light, super small, very fast too. The model that is very quick, but I don't know if you actually need them quick. I really don't know, but I haven't noticed it. They're flawless. You can see I've written on them D and E. So this is something, if anyone is doing a portable rig, to think about. When you plug your SSD into the computer, it automatically goes to the next number. So your C drive is the one that's currently in there. You can't do anything about that. Maybe you have 2. If you have another hard drive in there, then it'll be your C and your D drive. And then the next thing you put in, whether it's a USB, an SSD, or whatever, will become the next letter. So I've got C in here. The next one that I put in is going to be D, and the next one's going to be E, the next one's going to be F, and so on. When you're using something like Native Instruments, it looks for the D drive or the E drive. It doesn't look for the name. So if I have this one, which is named other samples, even on the computer, when you put it in, it'll say, whatever drive, other samples. But when you put that in, if I put the E drive in, so the Spitfire drive, I put that in first. That's going to be their D drive now, and Native Instruments is going to look for the E drive and say, we can't find the E drive. You have no access. Like when you're on Kontakt trying to use your samples, it's going to say you have no access to any of them. So every time you turn off and back on the computer, it's going to go the same way. So if I plug these in, even if I go the E drive first this time, because they've already been registered with the computer turning on, it won't matter. But it's that first time you put them in after turning on your computer that's actually really important. So yeah, don't make that mistake, because it's really annoying having to reallocate, find out where all the different files are. So do something like this where you write on them which samples are in where. Cool. All right, next is this again for IC Pro. If I was actually traveling, I probably would cut that out. But seeing as I'm kind of traveling and then stationed and then traveling and then stationed, I'm going to, I'm taking it with me. Focusrite Solo M3. It's super small and super light too. I actually just wanted to bring my one from home, but I didn't, so I had to buy a new one. But it's not a bad thing, because it is really, really light. As you can see, I obviously don't have any monitors. It wouldn't be much of a travel rig if I did. So instead, I have these really standard ATH M70X. They're quite good. They're not the best, I know, but you got to work with what you've got. And finally, actually before this is also super important. My keyboard and my mouse, I brought it all the way. It's like the ergonomic ones, because I use a lot of time on the computer, and I just get bad RSI, so I need something good. And then finally, the Komplete Control M32. It's pretty cool, honestly. The keys feel good. It's a nice spacing. I like that it's over 2 octaves. Even though I normally write in E minor, and I don't have that E down there, it's fine. Like, you can just go down and then whatever. You never really need more than 2 octaves. If you do, you can just sort of, and then edit it later. But it's a good size. It feels really nice. These are a bit buggy. So I've got a window here, and when the sun comes in, it's very, very hot. And if these work on heat, so I assume anyway, because when the sun hits them and they get really hot, they start wigging out, and you can see your CC just going mental. But otherwise, if you've got the blinds shut and stuff, or it's at night or whatever, they work perfectly. So they're really good. I haven't even touched these, but I might eventually. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's it. So I hope that was interesting. And I hope if you're interested in languages, you come to my other channel. If not, I'm going to start releasing videos soon, so stay pumped. Thanks, guys. See you soon.